We here at We Talk would like to remind you, before you watch this video, to like, comment, and subscribe.
If you have any topics that you want us to talk about, make sure that you comment them down below.
Hit the notification bell, and now, on to the video. Welcome to We Talk, where we talk about any and everything as a family.
As a family. I'm Stavohn.
And I'm Mom. Today we're going to talk about an article I had came across in the paper where a 22-year-old woman who was mentally disabled is pregnant, and the court told her that she had to have an abortion.
And this was in the UK, by the way.
Yes, it was in the UK. So I found that to be very interesting because her mother and the social worker did not want her to have an abortion, but a judge had ruled that that she would not be able to care for the child. It would be too much for her. Even the labor might be too much for her. So therefore, they were to have this baby aborted.
So when in the article they said that she was mentally disabled. They said that the mental disability was so bad that even though she was 22, she had the mind of a 6 to 9 year old girl, right?
Yep.
So
there's just so much we can hit upon on this.
Yeah, there's quite a bit to talk about. There's a lot to unpack here. So, you know, nobody, from what I saw in the half of an article that I read, nobody was talking about who had sex with this child.
Right. I mean, I agree. I mean, but it didn't appear to be like rape.
Yo, it's actually rape.
No, with you and I, because of her mental capacity, think that she is not capable of giving consent, because a 6 to 9 year old child, even if they say, yeah, have sex with me, they're not legally capable of giving consent.
A 30-year-old woman, if she is under the influence of alcohol, like, her consent doesn't mean anything because she is in a state of inebriation, right?
Okay.
Like, her mental faculties are actually like being inhibited. So this is like way worse than that. So there is no way that she could possibly give consent, and that even if she did, it wouldn't mean anything because she's a child. Like she could be like physically 22, but she has the mind of a child that makes her a child.
Yeah, okay, but I was just going a little off the rails in my mind when you were doing that. But what if the man who did this...
Oh my God, what if he was a child himself?
Right, that's where I was going. What if he too was mentally, incapacitated?
Yeah, that would be like, I don't know. If
like my head hurts.
There's two grown adults and they both have the minds of 6 to 9 year old children, and then they get together and they have a baby.
And the baby will be more advanced than both of them.
I just actually did in a couple of years. I don't know. That's like, somebody should make a movie about that, because that would be an incredible story.
That would be it.
It would touch the hearts of millions.
Yeah. Okay, so first, we don't understand why she's having sex. It didn't appear from anything that I read that her mother had a problem with her having sex. Her mother wants her to keep the baby.
Right.
She wants to help her raise the baby.
And the craziest thing, like, I feel like the girl who's pregnant shouldn't really even have a say in whether she can keep the baby or not, because she can't really assess it, Like, my little sister, who's like 10 right now, wants to be a mermaid. Like,
And I support her with that.
like she wants to go out and practice swimming so she can be a mermaid. So you just can't like trust a child to like know what they really would want, and like for there to be lifelong consequences to the decisions that they make.
I wish you would have mentioned her age in the last video so we could have had some comparison there. So.
Oh, I'm not.
No. I'm just saying the whole thing of, you know, when we were talking about an 11-year-old, there's no way an 11-year-old could. There's no way. So you're telling me your sister in 1 year could pass for 18? There's no way. But
Well,
anyway,
she's quite tall.
Whatever. Back on topic. So there's that aspect, but then I mean I don't know how I feel about the court system telling a woman what to do with their body, and I know that she is essentially 6 to 9 years old. I understand that. But she has her mother's support. Her mother is willing to raise this child. I mean, so I don't know how I was really feeling about that. I really don't know how I feel about it all anyway. I just don't think that this woman should have been having sex. And if the mother knew she was having sex, she should have provided her with some kind of birth control. I'm sorry.
I feel like if the mother knew that this girl was having sex, then the mother should probably be like imprisoned. But maybe that's a little extreme. Like for somebody who is that mentally handicapped,
Yeah.
like to know that they're in sexual situations that they cannot comprehend, that is, you're condoning abuse, right? You're enabling abuse of a minor, essentially. So I don't know. Like it's a very tricky situation, I guess.
Well,
but
okay, so
the mom is in the wrong here.
I think that I've come up with, you know, how I really feel in regards to part of the situation.
Okay.
Okay, but plot twist. Dun, 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 dun. The appeal court overruled the first judge's ruling. So now she doesn't have to have an abortion.
Oh yeah, we probably should have mentioned that earlier. So she's not aborting the baby, which might actually be worse for her family situation, but you know, her body, her choice.
Okay, yeah, whatever. I really don't know how I feel about this whole situation. I guess, you know, it would be one of those situations where I would have to see how mentally incapacitated that this woman is.
I mean, just think of Alfie. Think of like where he's at mentally. He's 6. Like,
Yeah.
so just imagine that she's there. Like imagine like somebody doing something to him.
Don't do that.
Oh, am I hurting your feelings?
Don't play with my emotions.
Come on.
I don't wanna. Yeah. I feel like that's a very interesting case. But there was also a case in the UK that I think the woman was 30, in her 30s, and they ordered her to be sterilized because she was just so, I guess, mentally unstable that they didn't want her producing anything. Like, no, you will not.
We do not need your genes in this gene pool.
Yeah,
This is the end of your line.
But I mean, it just makes you think about, you know, how much do we really want the courts in our lives, in our personal lives? I mean, I kind of understand to a certain degree this situation and the court stepping in, this, that, and the third, because if she's only 6 to 9 mentally, You know, so
And
my thing
obviously the
is-
mother is not there to make good decisions. Like the
But-
mother might be mentally disabled as well.
But my thing is, if she's only 6 to 9 mentally, and that's what they're focusing on, well, let's focus on the guy who got her pregnant.
Yeah.
Well, what's up with that aspect of the situation?
Yo, I saw nothing about that dude.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. It's actually like so crazy. But,
Give me your final thoughts.
a child was raped.
That was last episode.
That was both episodes. See, there's a common theme between these two episodes, but you know, they weren't exactly the same topic. Some crazy stuff we're doing.
Yeah. Stay away from Missouri, stay out of the UK.
Nah, UK is probably fine. It's crazy that they can just like be like, hey, you're nuts, so we're sterilizing you.
Right.
That's really interesting.
It is.
Is that okay in your mind? Like, do you think that that's okay?
That's another topic for
Because
now.
if she's like explosively crazy, like
Well, if she's supposed to be crazy, who's gonna want to sex her?
who's gonna want to have sex with a 6 to 9-year-old person and
The
a
same
22-year-old
person that
body?
just had sex with that 11-year-old girl from the last episode.
Look.
Maybe he went to the UK. I don't know.
Look, so he's been traveling just as mainly. See, but I don't know. That's actually pretty nuts. But I think it'll be interesting to see how this whole thing turns out because she's not having the abortion, so we'll get to see what this kid becomes.
We'll probably not hear anything else about it.
Yeah, probably not actually.
Yeah, probably not.
Like pretty soon, the kid's gonna be raising the mom in a couple of years. Isn't that sad?
It is sad. It's a very interesting. I mean, I don't know how exactly I feel about the courts all up in your family life like that. To a certain extent, I guess I'm kind of like on the fence about it. I mean, I understand that they are trying to protect her. But my thing is, if you really want to protect her, you need to go after the man who impregnated her.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you can make her, I don't want to say you can make her have the abortion, but if you're going to make her have the abortion, you need to go after the man who did this. Because you're saying, well, you can't be pregnant, so you really shouldn't be having sex, so somebody's taking advantage of you. And, yeah.
Yeah, actually. It's a good point. So, I agree.
You concur?
I concur. Try to have a conversation with your family and get on the same page.
And if not the same page, at least the same chapter.
If not the same chapter, I don't even know. This has been like really depressing, these 2 episodes.
Stay away from children.
Stay away from children unless you're not abusing them. Like just be normal. Like don't be a freaking weirdo.